What's going on, guys? Bengal again here. Today, rebuilding a dumpster fire of an organization. I think that much is quite clear. Today, we're going to be rebuilding the Texans without J.J. Watt, without Deshaun Watson. So, of course, with Deshaun Watson, it's just speculation at this moment because we don't know if he's actually going to get traded or not. The Texans say, hey, we're not trading him. But Deshaun Watson's like, hey, I don't want to play on this team anymore. So, we're going to have to see what happens with that. Should be a very, very interesting offseason. Of course, we're just getting started. Super Bowl just ended. Free agency's coming up. But in this video, I have to unfortunately cut J.J. Watt as the Texans and J.J. Watt agreed to mutually part ways this morning as I record this. You guys are probably watching it the next day. Hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed already. And let's make people mad with where I trade Deshaun Watson to. That should be fun. So I have to simulate to the next week because the trade center is not open. And I can't even load in the draft class right now as the Bucs murdered the Chiefs in simulation. Oh, man. Maybe that was more realistic than we all thought. Well, not the Texans. Let me go to the Bucs here. Did they actually win? Or was it? Yeah, they did. 31-3. Oh, my God. They crushed the Chiefs in sim without injuries. They might not have registered, though. That doesn't matter. We all saw the Super Bowl. I simulated at the Super Bowl week so I could actually get the most up-to-date rosters and everything like that. However, I have to trade Deshaun Watson, which sucks. Can I even trade him right now? No, I got to wait till the next week. So that sucks as well. I have to cut J.J. Watt. So that sucks. Man, this sucks. The whole appeal of using the Texans is having J.J. Watt and Deshaun Watson. And now I don't have any of those guys. Zach Cunningham does have superstar dev, though. Love Justin Reed. Bradley Roby's okay. Lonnie Johnson's back at strong safety now. That's interesting. I guess with the addition of Gary and Conley, that kind of makes sense. Vernon Hargraves, what he could have been, man. So sick coming out of Florida. Just never really found it. Keon Crossan, is that who this is? Jeez. All right. We're going to need a massive rebuild. We do have Ross Blacklock, who's cool. Gotta love Charles Omenihu. Marcel Darius probably needs to go. I don't know what we're doing with this team right now, but we are in a not-so-great spot. Ross Blacklock's going to move to defensive tackle just because I feel like it's a better fit for our team. If we're rocking this 3-4, I'd like to have him and Charles Omenihu playing. Marcel Darius is getting cut. And I have to still find a spot for Deshaun Watson. So what I'm going to do with Deshaun Watson is basically like, because you can't trade 4 first-round picks, right? What I'm going to do is just play out the trade long-term with whatever team I decide to do it with. I'm probably going to end up doing 4 first-round picks, as is rumored, plus a decent defensive player from whatever team, or a decent player. Something like that, if I can. So, Whitney Merciless probably has to go. If we're starting from scratch, we're starting from scratch. Sorry, Whitney Merciless, great Texan for a while. Jacob Martin's the guy. Now we got Brennan Scarlett, then Erdrick McKinney, Zach Cunningham. Geno Stone, someone I actually like a little bit. So, he could be an interesting player to keep an eye on. Brandon Cooks, I do like. Will Fuller probably is going to have to go. Like, he's a good age to be re-signed. 27, 3-year deal till he's 30. Might end up getting to an 88 overall, something like that. David Johnson's terrible. Kind of just want to cut him already. And I am going to do... Why is there a cap penalty? Why is that associated with the Texans who traded for him? All right, I don't know. Jordan Akins, Kahali Waring we have there. Charlie Heck is a tackle. So, not exactly a great third-string tight end. The O-line is not good. We do have Titus Howard and Laramie Tunsil, so that's cool. But Max Sharping, Nick Martin, Zach Fulton, not ideal up the middle. It could be worse. I don't know how, but it could be. Well, it could be if we didn't have Laramie Tunsil and Titus Howard for the future. Let me re-sign some players before we trade Deshaun Watson. Gary and Conley, I'd take a 3-year deal on him. He's pretty cheap. So we will re-sign him. The rest of the players I just don't really even want. Like Brennan Scarlett starts, but he's also 28 and not that good. Will Fuller wants kind of a lot of money. Is he worth it? Yeah, he probably is. 4 years is maybe a little bit too much. Would you do more money for 3? Is that even good for me? Yeah, I think it is. That's fine. He's not interested in signing. Well, we could franchise tag him for 19 mil, but I don't really want to do that. We're going to let him go and start this rebuild, man. Have to trade Deshaun Watson. It's going to be 4 first-round picks from whatever team I decide to do it with. I think I'm going to try and make it happen with the Dolphins, and that way we just kind of do everything at once, pretty much. Now, here's the problem. I probably can't get 3 first-round picks for Deshaun Watson straight up. It's not even close. So I might have to just throw in some other things as well to make it work. Laramie Tunsil is someone I probably would like to hold on to. So not him. But what can I even throw in here? I'll find something. 2 first-round picks for a 6-year-old superstar X-Factor quarterback, 25. They don't even want to do it. They're not even really considering it. So we're going to have to do some workarounds here to get this stuff to work. I'm going to throw in Randall Cobb. That's not going to do it. We don't even have any picks to trade back. That's the big problem. I might have to just make this happen on draft night and sign some players I can trade. I'm going to have to do whatever it takes because, I mean, the trade system doesn't make any sense. The Ravens want J.J. Watt. I want J.J. Watt, but it's not going to happen. And Levante David would be a really good player to go after. However, he's 31 years old. We can't really afford to do that. Shaq Griffin, that's someone I really should bring in. He's 26. He would be an upgrade over anything we have right now. 5-year deal for him. Would love for him to sign that. If I can even take the money down and still get him, that would be ideal. Might not happen, though. So I offered a lot of contracts. I need a little bit more money. And I just need to figure out where can I just shave some money down. And Zach Cunningham is just someone I want to keep because he has superstar dev and he's only 26. He's probably never going to be higher than like an 82 overall. So maybe it would just be better to trade him. Randall Cobb, I want to use in a trade. Nick Martin. That's the guy I gotta get rid of. I mean, he's just such a low overall. He's getting paid so much. Just like Eric Murray. It's a monster penalty, though, for almost no savings. Duke Johnson. I like Duke Johnson as a player. Just got to cut him. Zach Fulton, another one. Just not good enough for his price tag. So I got to get rid of him. I think Brandon Dunn probably leaves as well. It's just not really a great contract for me. Bo Benshaw is getting paid that much. Interesting. It's just a rookie deal. Just surprised that it's that high on the list for savings. So this is what the team looks like right now. Not good. Not good at all. I'm probably going to end up trading Benardrick McKinney, Deshaun Watson. It's not going to be good, man. Do we get anyone big? I do need to import my draft class. Wow. Okay, so we got some very interesting free agents. Jonnu Smith, Shaquem Griffin. That's not who that is. Shaquille Griffin and Hassan Reddick. Now, Jayon Brown was someone I was willing to overpay. And he declined. He's basically just Zach Cunningham, just a little bit better in game. Now, ability-wise, he's nothing like Zach Cunningham. He's more of like a cover linebacker. But getting Hassan Reddick is a pretty big signing for me. He's only 26 years old, which means in Madden, 2 to 3 years more of development. But he has superstar depth, so regression's going to be held off a little bit longer than that even. And he's on a fairly team-friendly deal. Like, you got to pay edge rushers, right? You have to. So he's getting like a big contract, but the cap hit is nothing that I can't handle, especially if he gets up near a 90 overall. I think that's a perfectly fine contract for him. And now, Shaquille Griffin is someone that I guess I lowballed him. And he signed anyway, which you'd have to be very interesting to take a lowball deal to sign with the Texans right now. But this is a pretty reasonable contract as well. 5 years for a young corner. Superstar dev, pretty high overall already. So I love that signing. Jonnu Smith is also a pretty big addition to our offense, in my opinion. Solid tight end, young enough as well. Will I end up trading any of those guys? Probably not. Just because when you really think about it, it's going to be a big cap penalty if I trade guys I just signed long term. Now, I might offer some 1-year deals in free agency just to bring in some guys that I can trade to make that Deshaun Watson trade work and make it somewhat realistic. Because right now the Dolphins are like, first round pick for Deshaun Watson? No, not even going to consider it. So I didn't get Desmond King. I did get Marvin Jones, 1-year deal, probably someone that I would consider trading. I'm going to turn on auto scouting as well. Wow, I didn't get Kalichio Assembly. Try to sign Marlon Mack to a 1-year deal. All right, let's make a draft night trade. I want the Dolphins picks. I feel like it's a good landing spot for Watson. I feel like it makes sense for both teams. The Dolphins are a competitive team right now. I just got to figure out a way to make this work. And I hope it doesn't involve giving them Laramie Tunsil, but unfortunately it might. It might have to come to that. And we'll just completely start from scratch. Okay, so these trades are really, really annoying and tough to make work, but this is one that I had to do. I didn't really want to get rid of Brandon Cooks, but Brandon Cooks had to go in this trade to make it work. Bernard McKinney and a third this year, another thing I didn't really want to get rid of. In return, we're getting number 3 overall this year, a first-round pick next year, and a random player to make it work for cap. We were actually negative. Like, Deshaun Watson carries such an unbelievably large cap penalty for my team that it's very, very difficult to trade him and make it work. Now, I'm still trying to get other picks that the Dolphins have. It's just harder than it looks. There's no real other way to say it. I cannot tell you how quickly the Dolphins would do this trade in real life. Deshaun Watson for a second-round pick, a mid to late first in Byron Jones. That would be instantaneous, except, and they're not even mildly interested in the game. Quarterbacks just have to be inherently more valuable than they're given credit for, and it's annoying. Christian Wilkins is not going to make it happen. Can I get any decent player on this team? I can get Jerome Baker. I'll just do that. Still no? Are you joking? Does Deshaun Watson have any value in this game at all? Like, it's Deshaun Watson. They don't want to part with a first and a second? Unbelievable. I'm still trying to make this trade work, but maybe I just do it with a different team other than the Dolphins at this point. He just doesn't have any value. I'm going to trade him to a different team. It's so hard to get this to work. I mean, when I say Deshaun Watson has no trade value, it's not an exaggeration. Deshaun Watson, Jordan Akins, and a second-round pick next year cannot get me a first this year, number 23 overall, and a first next year, projected number 10. I am annoyed. So you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to change teams and do it from the other side to make it work. I don't know why I didn't think of that earlier. I was trying to give them to the Jets, and I'm still going to do that. You know what's funny about this is when I try to make the trade work from the other side, I guarantee you they're going to be like, nah. Yeah, 3 first-round picks for Deshaun Watson. They're like, they're not interested now. How does the trade system work? Does anyone know? We know it's terrible, but yeah. So I got to make Deshaun Watson a punter. I've been trying to make this work for like 40 minutes, I swear. We're just going to make him a punter and then back to QB after the trade goes through. So, yeah, had to do it from this side to make it work, but it's okay. People are going, oh, you're cheating. It's like, we're just trying to make it somewhat realistic in the grand scheme of things. And listen, the Jets, the Dolphins, whoever it would end up being, would give more than 3 first-round picks happily. So 3 first-round picks for Watson. I'm not going to worry about the rest. That's just it. We're good to go. We're rocking with it. And I'm going to make Deshaun Watson a quarterback. He is now on the New York Jets of all teams, which I guess could happen. They're definitely in play for him. We'll have to see if that ends up materializing or not. But, yeah. I feel like Deshaun Watson also wore 4 in college. The number's irrelevant. He wore 4, so we'll just give him number 3. I don't know. Doesn't really matter. So he's a quarterback now. He's on the Jets. It'll be interesting to see how good the Jets are now. And then we have picks number 2 and 3 in the draft, but I have to recreate my coach now, so that's cool. Okay, so even though I had the draft paused, we just took a player. However, it's a player I probably would have taken anyway. I know we just did our last rebuild with Zach Wilson, but guess what? Zach Wilson's back. Probably the best player on the board for us there. We have our new future franchise quarterback to replace Deshaun Watson. I'm cool with that. The CPU auto-drafted it, which sucks in my opinion, but also probably the player I would have taken anyway. So I'm super cool with it. And let's get him a big play receiver threat. Jamar Chase? I'd be in on that. Let's do it. Jamar Chase at number 3 overall. So we have a stud receiver to go with our stud quarterback as we look to rebuild the Texans through the offense. Darius Toney, the Titans. We don't pick again until the 4th round. And Najee Harris is on the board. Now, we could go with a corner, but I'm just rebuilding the entire team. So I might as well just go offense focused. I'm bringing in Najee Harris. Alabama running back, superstar type player. Najee's so much fun. Can actually catch the ball out of the backfield, even though he's thought to be like this massive power back, which he is. But he has, hands of someone a whole lot smaller. He's like a receiver out of the backfield. Really, really fun player, as we'll simulate to the 4th round. Is there anything good that's going to be available here? Quincy Roche. I think I'm probably in on that. We could go with like one of the stud receivers that's fallen down the board, which there are a lot of them. But let's go Quincy Roche. Dominated the Senior Bowl. Could fill in on the edge immediately. He's wearing Hassan Reddick's 43, but I really, really like his potential. And I think that's a solid pick for us as now we start to focus on the defense a little bit more. Really good slot receiving options are still available. I'm considering going Israel Mukwamu here. But some of these receivers are really, really fun that are still here. And we certainly could use them. Took Tutu Atwell in the last one. Let's mix it up. I think let's go Diami Brown. 67 overall. Star or better development. Not an amazing overall, but good potential with him. And then Tutu Atwell still available. Should we just get the UNC boys in, bring in Daz Newsome, which is a name that is censored out for some reason? Yeah, let's do it. Daz Newsome. Welcome to the team. I'll try and change his name to Daz. I assume it's not going to let me do it. But that will be the last pick of the draft for me. CPU can handle the rest. Yep, can't do D-A-Z-Z. What about D-A-Z? All right. Daz Newsome, not spelled correctly. Cool. I really do like our potential for the future. But right now, things are grim. I need to trade Randall Cobb if anyone wants him. That'd be very nice. And then defensively, I got to set this up in a way that makes sense for me. It pretty much already is. But, man, our defensive line is so bad. Our everything's so bad, to be fair. So I don't want to just put it everything on just the defense. Everything's terrible. We got tough Borland, though. So that's interesting. Duke Ejiofor could slide down and play right now. We also got what is he? Anzarike? I think that's how you pronounce that name. I think the woo is just in there. I gotta make him better in my draft class. That is for damn sure. But let's move Ejiofor down. Actually, you know what? I think I'm actually gonna move. Can I say actually again, please? Jeez. I want to move Jacob Martin down to play right end. I feel like that's a pretty good fit. He's only 240. Maybe Roche. He's about the same though. 235. All right. Ejiofor slides down. You got me. So I'm gonna simulate to like week 7 maybe or so, just before the trade deadline, and then probably try and trade Marvin Jones Jr. And I actually won't be able to. We're so negative in cap after the penalties that I can't even do that. So never mind. Just gonna simulate to the midseason mark. We're gonna still have Marvin Jones. I just want to make sure my team is all set up the way I want. I want Jamar Chase in the slot. It's gonna get him the most targets. So let's get him in there. And then what else do I need to do? I think that's probably it. Rush ends, Reddick, and let's do Quincy Roche. And then rush D tackle, we can have Charles Omenihu go in there with Ross Blacklock. And that should be all. You've seen the team. You should be pretty aware of who's on here. It's a bad offensive line except for maybe the tackles. And then we have some future playmakers on offense at the skill positions. And then the defense is pretty bad right now. But it has the potential to be better long term. Eric Murray as our sub linebacker. Let's get Tough Borland there. Maybe he'll win an award or something, go up in dev trade, even though that never happens. Let's simulate to the midseason mark. High hopes for Zach Wilson and Jamar Chase. Other than that, probably not going to be too great. 2-6 at the midseason mark, not exactly ideal, but we are approaching an 80 overall, even though we sit at the bottom of the AFC South. I think that's anticipated and not a surprise. This team's very bad. Why is Najee Harris not playing a lot? How do you not have 500 snaps yet? 471. He's my every down running back. Why are you getting played over? Zach Wilson, superstar, though. Jamar Chase, superstar. I almost want to say Najee Harris could be superstar as well. He is my RB1 in the class, so that would make sense, which would be a very nice start to forming this offense. Jamar Chase already at an 80. Zach Wilson already at an 80. We do have potential. We've done a good job bringing in guys, but Justin Reed is arguably our best player on defense right now. I need to bring him back long term. Kiki QT, I might bring back as well. Oh, Justin Reed's so cheap. Do 6 years at about the same price. 6-year contract is accepted. Marvin Jones, I don't really want to bring him back. He's going to regress, so we're just going to say, hey, thanks for playing. Kiki QT, I don't want. Jordan Akins, don't want. I don't really want anyone back. Jacob Martin would be a decent backup. He's fairly affordable. I can trade him if need be. We'll bring in... Oh, he wants more money? You got Taysom Hill? I don't really want any of those guys. So, I got Justin Reed back. That was kind of all I really cared about. I will do... Let's do linebacker training boost. And simulate to the playoffs, which we will not be a part of them. I don't think that's crazy to say. It's just not going to happen for us this year. Did not make the playoffs. Went 5-11. Probably one of the worst teams in the league, but Zach Wilson was great. Set the rookie passing yards record, 4,600. 28 touchdowns is not amazing, but pretty good for a rookie. It would have been the record before this season with Justin Herbert. 18 picks is not good. Otherwise, he was solid. He was better than solid. I mean, he threw a lot of passes. Najee Harris was not good. He does have superstar dev, though. So Najee Harris should be amazing in the near future. Averaged 3.4 yards per carry. Oh, man. 4 TDs, not great. Marvin Jones Jr. had 1,200 yards receiving and 2 TDs. Jonnu Smith over 1,100 yards, 10 touchdowns. Jamar Chase, 961 yards, 10 TDs. Great rookie season. I need him to be wide receiver 1. I should have made that change. These numbers might have been crazy. Randall Cobb was even good. I mean, everyone had so many catches because we threw the ball nonstop. And then Zach Cunningham was good as well. 127 total tackles, 5 for loss, 1.5 sacks and a pick. Hassan Reddick, 12 tackles for loss and 16.5 sacks. Ejiofor 6, 5 for O'Shea as a rookie, not too bad. 2.5 for Amenahu, 2 for Blacklock. No interior pass rush whatsoever. Roby with a few picks in there. Lonnie Johnson, Gary, and Conley with a few as well. Cam Newton wins MVP. Baker at 2. We might have Zach Wilson in here. No, we don't. He had so many passing yards, though. AFC Offense Player of the Year is Cam Newton. No Texans. Defensive Player of the Year is Rashaan Evans. Hassan Reddick at 3. Crazy year for him. Offensive Rookie of the Year is Trevor Lawrence. Zach Wilson at 3. A real shame. A real shame there. Jamar Chase, 6. Najee Harris, 7. Defensive Rookie of the Year is Tuff Borland. Oh, my. Roche at 5. I'm going to do D-line training boost because I need to make the D-line a lot better. A lot better. This should be a good offseason for us. Get a solid edge rusher on the other side of Hassan Reddick. And I think that probably it won't even be on the other side. It'll just be on the defensive line. We don't need Marvin Jones. He's 32 down to a 75 overall. I don't really think we need anybody there. This defense could be really good with the right 1 or 2 additions. And they might go at every level of the defense. Like, I feel like our linebacking core is not too bad. Jair Alexander's here, but I always get him, dude. And he has a lot of offers. I'm going to hold off on Jair this time around. Saquon Barkley's here and no one's going after him? Jeez. I mean, I have to. I have to offer him a small contract at least and see if we can lowball him and bring him in. Just because that's an unreal difference maker. Wyatt Teller, I will give actual money to. And the reason, by the way, that I'm not giving Saquon more money and guaranteeing that I get him is we do have Najee Harris, and I like Najee. And he's going to be on a fairly cheap deal compared to Saquon Barkley. And I feel like it's better for the team. Wyatt Teller is important. young guard who's amazing. He had an unreal season before getting injured. Emmanuel Ogba's a little old. Orlando Brown wants to be a left tackle. And I don't really want him right now. James Daniels. This is someone I want to pay as well. Just beef up the O-line. Uchenna Nwosu has no offers? That's another guy I want. He'd be such a good fit at outside linebacker. So Uchenna Nwosu, I would love to bring in. Is this frozen? All right, there it goes. Let's see who we can get. We got James Daniels. We got Wyatt Teller. Huge boost to the O-line. Might be easier for Najee Harris to run behind it now. Don't have a center, but that's draftable. Or Sharping can move over. Former tackle, by the way, at NIU. Is now a guard. We don't really have much at wide receiver, do we? Randall Cobb is old and bad. We need D-line help so bad. All right, only $8.3 million. We're still the top offer on Saquon Barkley. Although more guys are going after Uchenna Nwosu, I feel like he's the most important signing of this offseason for us. When you factor in age, development, and potential, especially the fit in our scheme, I mean, it is a no-brainer. I will overpay the hell out of him because we're getting a way better player than his current overall dictates. Kalichi Osemele's back. I tried to pay him last year. Is there a center that's worth having? Maurkice Pouncey just retired. Patrick McCarry. No. Fifth-year options. Who's this even going to be? Titus Howard? Definitely not. He didn't barely see the field, by the way, assistant GM. He started at right tackle, so that's none of what you just said is true. But I do not want to pick it up. We got Saquon Barkley. I'm excited about it. It's Saquon Barkley, man. Like, he's a monster. I guess Najee Harris can be our power back, and Saquon can be third down and starter. So we'll just make that change. Hassan Reddick went up to Superstar X Factor, by the way. That's sick. He won't regress until his 30s now. So he can get into the high 90s. Uchenna Nwosu is a huge signing. I really cannot overstate that. He is a massive signing for us. Good fit to our defense. I think outside linebacker is probably his best bet. But if he and Hassan Reddick are going after the QB, we're going to be in pretty good shape. I just need some more help. Because even if he goes out to outside linebacker, like Roche kicks down. Roche is like not even good, by the way. So we don't need to just bank everything on him. Some of these players are going to get traded like very, very soon. Nice overall for Tough Borderland. Bradley Roby is 30 years old and not very good. Well, he's not very good. He's looking thick in the face in this one. That is not what Bradley Roby looks like. But I think Gary Conley's a fine starter. I'm looking to draft D-tackle. I'm just D-line in general. Off-the-ball linebacker would work too. Corner, safety. Lonnie Johnson can move back to corner. Our offense is pretty good, but if there's a good receiver available, I would also highly consider that. Saquon's a huge signing. It really is. He really is. Not an it. He's a person. Picking at number 2 overall, we're in a really good spot. I tried to pause the draft, but they already took their player. Jared Norris, 75 overall. Nothing crazy. Let me take a look at this. Mitch Cross looks okay. Might be something I consider. Definitely don't need a quarterback, but there seem to be some pretty good ones available. Aiden Shaughnessy is like one of the most Irish names I've ever heard. If it was O'Shaughnessy, probably a little bit more. Maybe that's like a Scottish sounding name. I don't know. Daniel Camp. Mid-first round guy. He's okay. Marcus Smart looks pretty good. Shout out Oklahoma State. Shout out Celtics. Solid receivers down the board. We definitely don't need to take one very high. But I probably will go receiver at some point in this draft. Don't need a tight end, although Gabe Schwartz looks very good. There are definitely some good value picks in this class. But I'm not sure there are any real superstars. Haven't looked at corner yet. Carl Stewart looks real good. Keep him in state. Unless I take Mitch Cross, there's no one worth taking number 2 overall. I'm not even sure that he is. I'm going to trade down and get more picks. And I think it's going to set us up really well. I might even just do it with the Falcons. Move down 1 spot. That's going to be the move. Pick up a second in the process and a first next year. This trade is not going to go through probably. but I'm okay with adding a little bit more if need be. Yeah, I'm going to need to add a lot more. It actually wasn't going to work with the Falcons. They needed too much value. I'm just going to trade back to number 5. If that D tackle is available, great. If not, I think the cornerback's probably a better fit for us anyway. It's number 5 overall, number 37, and a first rounder next year. I'd like an excuse to trade Randall Cobb in this class and Bradley Roby just for age and regression reasons. Trading Randall Cobb and Bradley Roby for a future first from the Jets. Tough to know how good or bad they're going to be because they do have Deshaun Watson. I guess I get another first round pick from the Jets to add up to the total 4, which we talked about before the video. But we'll see if that D tackle goes. There we go, 76 overall. Not too mad about missing out on that, even though he definitely was pretty good. I will go with the corner here at number 5 overall. Carl Stewart looks very solid. Only 5'10", but I mean, there's some really good corners that are that height. Chris Harris comes to mind. But 4.31 speed is amazing. Zone coverage is high. I don't really know too much about man. Very strong. He looks almost like a slot archetype based on his strength, but we'll have to see. 75 overall. Number 3 in the entire class. It is a weak draft class. Okay. Now we know that. 94 speed, 77 zone. Oh my god. That is so high. He looks like a safety. Justin Reed, strong safety. Carl Stewart, free safety. That's a fit. Okay. I'm going to have to trade these first round picks because this draft class is trash. I don't want to just take... Oh, man, you drafted the 5th best player in the class. He's a 72 overall. Oh, great. Trading number 13, a 4th this year and a 3rd next year for a 1 and a 2 next year from the Cardinals. And then I don't really want number 16, man. Like, I feel like this draft is so bad, I'd rather just have the mid-round picks. Who's going to be especially terrible? I just don't know how good the Jaguars are going to be. They're picking number 10 right now. I imagine they'll probably be pretty bad next year. Number 1 projected is going to be too hard to get. Who else could be real bad? Who's up near the top? Lions. Lions are going to be real bad. Oh, and it's projected number 7. That is gettable. All right, number 16, Hjalte Froholt, and a 7th round pick for number 7 overall projected next year from the Detroit Lions, and I will simulate to the 2nd round. It's just a weak draft class. I know trading down is not everyone's favorite thing to watch. However, I want to draft studs, not duds. Daniel Camp is available. That's got to be the guy right there. It's got to be the guy. He is slow. He's a mid-first round guy. It's kind of the best we can do right now. Daniel Camp, 72 overall, number 18 in the class, Sigma 34. Only normal dev. Not much of a deep route runner. He's built like a slot guy. Exactly where he's going to play, probably. Well, no, he's not, because Jamar Chase is going to play in the slot, because he's going to get a ton of targets. I'm going to take Marvin Thompson here, D-tackle out of Alabama. Mid-first round guy. Looks pretty good. Looks kind of like the guy who is a 76 overall. Marvin Thompson's not going to be near that. He'll be like a 72, 73 maybe. But if I can get that dev trait, that would be huge. He's a 73. Normal dev, unfortunately, but 89 strength, 83 power moves. Pretty good. 73 speed. He's got the bull rush trait. He's okay. Top of the 3rd round, and this quarterback's still available. I'm tempted to take him just because he's a first-round QB. Man, there's some decent receivers available. I mean, will they be available in the 4th round? Probably not. So it's either take a receiver right now. Are they even going to be better than Daz Newsome or Diami Brown? Probably not. I'm tempted to go quarterback just because he's a QB, and I can trade him. He's going to be decently valuable. That is tempting. We're just going to do it. 71 overall, only normal dev. Not too bad for a QB, though. Looks okay. Not that we're going to use him. Probably a guy I look to trade in like a year or two, if I remember. Round 4, we're going Quentin Martin, D-tackle, run stopper. He'll just fill out the depth chart, to be honest. Good block shed, good strength. Doesn't really offer a whole lot more than that. And I will draft the guard in the 5th here. Going to be a little bit of a reach. Well, probably not a reach, but it's going to be a little bit of a reach based on the rest of the board. But I think he's the move, just to get more offensive line depth in there. And the CPU can handle the rest. 66 overall is real bad, but it's a real bad draft class. He can pass block, though. Good for him. See how bad this class was. Mitch Cross was actually the best player in the class. Only normal dev. He looks very good. He looks very good for a 76 overall. Jared Norris, who went at number 1, also looks pretty good for a low overall. We got Carl Stewart, though. I'm okay with that. So Lonnie Johnson got moved to cornerback. Carl Stewart, as I said, was going to move to free safety. Justin Reed to strong safety. Linebacker still not great because Tough Borland's bad, but it's an okay team. The defense is finally in a spot where I'm like, all right, we're not too bad. Receiver is not too good. Diami Brown's going to be our second option. Camp, the rookie, will be our third option. Saquon at running back should be a major upgrade. Like, no disrespect to Najee Harris, but Saquon's just on another level than Najee, who I do want to be my power back. We're going to get him involved. Jamar Chase, 2 wide receiver. Uchenna Nwosu is going to be a rush end, and then we're going to have Thompson and Charles Omenihu up the middle. I do not want Carl Stewart to be my slot corner. That can go to Eric Murray, and that'll be just fine. There's something that I wanted to do, and I just can't remember it. So I'm just going to leave things as is. I don't know what change I wanted to make. I can't figure it out. I can't. I feel like I have the specialist all set up the way that I would like. So I don't know what I would be forgetting here. Yeah, I really don't have any idea. We're just going to set things up like that and simulate to the midseason mark. I think the team's starting to look pretty good. I might stop it again at like week 6, 7, 8, just before the trade deadline. Kind of reassess the contracts and figure out what I might want to change. We are 2-3 at the midseason mark. Not ideal. We're not at the midseason mark yet. We're just shy of that. Lonnie Johnson's a free agent. He's someone I don't really want back. Charles Omenihu, Titus Howard, Brian Anger, I don't really even want at this point. But Titus Howard, yes. Omenihu, I don't know. We got Titus Howard back. Charles Omenihu is not very expensive. The problem is he's not really that good in the game, so I don't really want him. He's a little bit too expensive for what he brings to the table. He might end up getting near an 80, so I guess I can kind of rationalize that in my head. So Charles Omenihu's back, hook 'em horns, and then Lonnie Johnson probably is going to be a little bit too expensive. I mean, he might get him near an 80 too. That's not too bad. All right. Lonnie Johnson's back as well. Just brought back everybody, even though they're not particularly good. Wait, do we have Whitney Merciless back? I am confused. Did the CPU sign Whitney Merciless? They sure did, because I have made no change between left outside linebacker and right outside linebacker. So Roche, I'm just going to move over. Oh, no. Quincy Roche is wearing Whitney Merciless's 59. Shame, shame, shame. Oh, yeah, I wanted to change Hassan Reddick's ability from shutdown. That was the one. All right, edge threat. I'll give him recuperation. That always seems to be good. And I do not want to give him anything but fearmonger. I mean, unstoppable force is real good, too. I just don't know what changes in simulation. Fearmonger versus unstoppable force. I think unstoppable force, maybe. That feels like the move. All right, what are my contracts looking like? Tunsil is going to be due for an extension at some point. Are any of these particularly bad? I don't really think so. I think I did a good job of getting rid of a lot of bad ones. Here's one. Eric Murray will not be back, which is fine. Eric, I feel like I say kind of weird. Eric, but I say Eric. I don't know. It's just me in my own head. I'm sure it's just fine. I will be simulating to the midseason mark here in a moment. I think I re-signed everyone that I needed to. I might as well just simulate to the playoffs, to be honest. I don't think we're going to be a playoff team, but it might be fairly close. We might be like an 8-win team, 7-win team. Did not make the playoffs, but went 4-12. Wow, even worse than last year. How does that make sense? Zach Wilson was pretty good. Our defense was terrible. Zach Wilson was great. Rushing, Saquon Barkley was a big addition to our team. Jamar Chase was also incredible. 1,200 yards on 83 catches, 10 touchdowns. Diami Brown was pretty good. We just need more receiving threats as well. And it's got to be a defensive playbook change, because we definitely have the playmakers. 4 players with 11 tackles for loss. Zach Cunningham and Uchenna Nwosu, Charles Omenihu, and Marvin Thompson. Hassan Reddick had 5 sacks. What changed? Oh, that's so weird. Gary and Conley led the team with 3 sacks. How does In the same system, Hassan Reddick go from 16 sacks or whatever it was to 5. Mahomes wins MVP. Zach Wilson, number 8. AFC Offensive Player of the Year, Patrick Mahomes. Zach Wilson at 7. Defensive Player of the Year, Myles Jack. No Texans. Offensive Rookie of the Year is Daniel Camp, my receiver. Defensive Rookie of the Year is Marcel Parks. Carl Stewart at 3. Okay. Weird year, too. Our defense was terrible. But that probably will not be a problem in year 3. Playbook changed to something that's a little bit more effective. Breaking out the old 3-4 storm. Lions or Giants playbook, something like that. As the Giants beat the Bills in the playoffs. So, looks like it's going to be Giants playbook. Eric Murray, gone. Everybody, gone. Jamar Chase up to Superstar X Factor, by the way. I'll give him double me in case we ever jump in with him. And Matchup Nightmare seems like an absolutely worthless thing to have. So, we're going to give him... I don't know. What did I have on Dennis Peoples? I think it was Route Technician and let's give him, I don't know, Deep Out Elite. Something like that. I don't know. Okay, how much money are we going to have this time? Probably a lot more. 9.2 mil. Okay. JJ Watt's here. What would be a big addition? Mecole Hardman? I don't think we can afford him. I really don't. It says we can. I don't think we can afford that. We can't even afford to make that offer. Bobby Wagner's down to an 84. Yeah, we're going to pass on every free agent, I think. Unless there's like a decent center. I saw Nate Davis. He's a guard we could move over, I guess. That might be an okay idea. Damn, Pat Elflein would be 29 at this point. That's crazy. Nate Davis, I think, is the move. We did not get Nate Davis? Oh, man. You're killing me, Nate. I do need a punter. Hopefully Gene Dangus is sitting in free agency. Oh, we have a punter. Okay. There's Gene Dangus, though. Tough not to offer him a contract. Gene Dangus accepts. Huge signing. And it's NFL draft time. Number 1 overall pick and number 2 overall. We're in a really good spot. Earl Clark. Not that great. Ross Scarborough, early first-round guy that we could take at the end of the first. Or even in the second, man. We have some first-round picks, let me tell you. Tavares Bass is sick. Need to draft him. Okay, trading Quincy Roche and a 4th for Jordan Brooks. He's going to play middle linebacker. He's just a big upgrade over Tough Borland right now. I don't really want to take number 1 overall because I know it has a ton of value. But I can't get DK Metcalf. I tried. I don't know what I can get. Justin Jefferson, maybe? That would be cool. Like, obviously, you'd never trade a number 1 overall pick in real life for a receiver like that. But also, like, I need a good receiver outside of Jamar Chase. And I'm not really sure how else to acquire one. I mean, I'm amazed at how little value this number 1 overall pick seems to have. I can probably get DeAndre Hopkins if I trade Tough Borland and number 1. Maybe not. It's going to have to be Tough Borland, number 1, and bringing back DeAndre Hopkins to Houston. I didn't even think about that because I'm stupid. I will do it, though. I'm going to do it. Future 3rd. It's going to have to be a future 2nd, probably. That should go through. It is. Number 1 overall, Tough Borland, and a 2nd for DeAndre Hopkins. He's 31. I understand that. I do. A receiver goes at number 1 overall. Unreal. In the game, I just got to, do some workarounds to get things to work. I'm going Tavares Bass at number 2. This is an all-day decision. Easy decision. He looks insane. Oh, my God. He only has normal development, but 81 overall already. 89 speed, 84 finesse moves, 91 acceleration, tackling's high, agility's crazy high, pursuit's good, block shed, play rec, awareness, all crazy high. Tavares Bass is unbelievable. Very excited with that pick. Let's go Spencer Stevenson at number 7 overall. He's a 76 overall, number 6 in the class. Only normal development, decent man coverage and speed. Pretty good player overall. Nothing crazy. No one really worth taking at number 8 overall. That's interesting. Because, like, a quarterback is going to be a decent overall for sure. He looks really good, actually. And then Xavier Kennedy looks like he'd be a really good running back. Don't really need him at all. I'm going to go Nolan West at number 8 and look to trade him. He's a 75 overall QB with star, better development. I know it's going to seem like a weird pick, but this is trade value to a quarterback needy team. I think that's a pretty solid pick for us just because we can move him. And that's my goal. I'm going to take a receiver here, though. Ross Scarborough at 18, early first-round guy. 75 overall, number 8 in the class. Took him at 18. Only normal development. Good route running overall. Good spectacular catch. This is a major deep threat. Route running short is not very good. It's nice, but not very good. Is that running back still available? I'm going to take him. Another example of just best player available that I can look to trade. 80 overall, number 2 in the class. We just drafted 2 80 pluses in the same draft. Went from the worst draft class I've ever seen to one of the best. 92 speed, 97 acceleration, nice trucking and stiff arm. Amazing agility overall. What an unbelievable running back. I mean, we don't need him. Another guy I can trade, I guess. Only normal dev kind of sucks. Let's go center here. 72 overall, Lucas Gray, only normal dev. But he does start right away. Great pass blocking already. What an interesting draft class. No one left on my draft board. Who is the best player available? Some random receivers. Third rounder might not be too bad. There's a second rounder in Glenn Gatewood. He looks okay. LaRon Williams, fast. Not too good. Mike Brooks, okay. All right, let's take Glenn Gatewood out of Marshall. Welcome to the team. 70 overall, only normal dev. Good value. He's actually not too bad. Release is pretty low, but not too bad. I'll let the CPU draft the rest. 280 overalls in the same draft class. And that quarterback that went at number 4 was actually pretty sick as well. This was a really, really strong draft class. We had a lot of picks, but we made them count. Oh yeah, DeAndre Hopkins. Kind of forgot about that. That's a pretty big addition. Pretty big addition. Defensively, we got Jordan Brooks. That was big. Now, who did I trade? I traded away Quincy Roche. Jordan Brooks is going to play middle linebacker. Who did I get to play outside linebacker? I mean, I drafted Tavares Bass. Big fan of that. But does he play right end? I think I move him outside to linebacker. Now, I think an easy fix would be, oh man, you have Thompson and Blacklock. Just move Blacklock over to right end. Well, I think Ross Blacklock's a fine backup. I could move Charles Omenihu over. Bass is a nice scheme fit, and I don't know how good he's going to be in coverage. And in a 3-4, he's going to be asked to play a little bit of coverage. Now, his attributes in general look like they would be amazing at outside linebacker. But if his coverage is really trash, I'd be a little bit more hesitant to do that. His tackling's really good, though. And his block shed's pretty good. Coverage isn't that bad. I'm just going to kick him out to outside linebacker. And maybe I'll move Charles Omenihu over. Oh, yeah, Uchenna Nwosu. Never mind. All right, we're perfect. I don't know why I forgot about him. I guess it's because the CPU had Bass playing over him. That's actually perfect. That's perfect. Yeah, because Omenihu can still stay starting. Thompson, Nwosu. Bass is going to be a rush end, though. His 89 speed is just so cracked. Outside linebacker. He doesn't really need to be that good in coverage. I think his pursuit, tackling, block shed, all that is going to kind of carry him a little bit. I mean, he should be unbelievable. 74 is a gross number. I'm going to change that, though. And I'll set up the team, and I'll bring you guys back for the start of Season 3. So I give him J.J. Watts 99. Do like a Cowboys theme of giving their like stud receiver 88. I'm going to give him J.J. Watts 99. Ooh, Carl Stewart got star dev, by the way. That's nice. Also kind of want to go Stevenson over Conley, just because he's 21. And Gary and Conley's, at this point, probably like 27, 28. Yeah, let's do that. So this is the team. Looks pretty good, honestly. I feel like we're in a really good spot. Our defense has come a long way, and it could be even better this year. It could be way better. I made Uchenna Nwosu a rush D tackle, just because I feel like that's a major mismatch. Got Tavares Bass out there. This could be a really good team. Najee I want as my backup running back. I have high hopes. I really do. I think this team could be a real contender here in year 3. So I'll simulate to the midseason mark, maybe just shy again, so I can utilize that trade system before the trade deadline. So I might catch up to you guys in like half a second here. We just beat the Falcons 28-0. Oh my. We are 3-4. Come on, dude. Why? Why are we 3-4? Laramie Tunsil's a free agent. He's going to get a contract extension. Jordan Brooks, same deal. Conley, I don't know. Ross Blacklock, I don't know. Laramie Tunsil is back. Jordan Brooks is actually a little bit more expensive than I'd want him to be, but that should be fine. He's back. Gary and Conley and Ross Blacklock I'll wait on. I'm kind of surprised we're losing so many games. Our top team needs quarterback. Not sure about that one. But I think I am going to try and trade Gary and Conley. I'd love a really, really good corner. Now, I mean, even a pass rusher would be sick. Like, I feel like I trade for Khalil Mack quite a bit. Just because he's so good. Receiver, I think we're fine. Don't need a fullback. Could trade Xavier Kennedy. Or Najee, really. Don't really need both those guys. Or one of the backup QBs. Who's my strong safety right now? Justin Reed. I have the free safety I drafted at... Well, he's a corner. Played him at free safety. He could move to corner. And then Derwin James could be back at safety. That could be a fit. Jalen Waddle's there. I'm tempted. If I can get Gary and Conley, Ross Blacklock for Derwin James, ooh, it's going to be close. I might have to make this happen. And it can't happen. It's close, but I can't quite do it. And is there anyone else on the Chargers I want? Other than, like, Kenneth Murray, who I won't be able to get? Probably not. Yeah. Okay, trading Gary and Conley, Ross Blacklock for a first-round pick. Couldn't acquire Derwin James. And those players are free agents, not going to come back anyways. So might as well just get rid of them now. Zach Wilson, I need to do field general to get his short accuracy up. So we'll do that. There we go, +2 short accuracy. Najee Harris, let's just do, get his elusivity up a little bit. His elusiveness. Elusivity, that's a fun made-up word. Did not make the playoffs again. 9-7. We tied for the division lead. Second best offense in football. Imagine the defense took a big step up. Second best offense, fourth best defense in terms of yards, missed the playoffs. Oh my God. 6th in points scored and 8th in points allowed. We missed the playoffs. Zach Wilson threw 21 picks. Other than that, had a very amazing year. 4,600 yards, 38 touchdowns rushing. Saquon was quite good. Didn't get a ton of touches, but over 1,000 yards, 7 TDs. Receiving. What a year from DeAndre Hopkins. 19 touchdowns on 101 catches, 1,400 yards. Jonnu Smith was quite good. Jamar Chase really didn't have to do much because DeAndre Hopkins got every target. And then defensively, Jordan Brooks led the team in tackles. Very good year for him. Uchenna Nwosu, 13 tackles for loss. Love to see that. 9.5 sacks for Reddick. 9 for Nwosu. 5 for Marvin Thompson. Bass only had 3.5. Did have 11 tackles for loss, though. Interceptions, 3 for Brooks. 3 for Carl Stewart and Shaquille Griffin. Derek Carr wins MVP. Zach Wilson at 2. I can't believe we missed the playoffs, man. We had such an amazing team. Offensive Player of the Year is Derek Carr. Zach Wilson at 7, though. Okay. Defensive Player of the Year is Miles Jack. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Tony Abear. Xavier Kennedy at number 7, unless I missed somebody else. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Spencer Stevenson, our corner. Tavares Bass at 2. We'll take it. Kaimi Fairbairn is our top priority free agent. Just going to let him go. He's 30 at this point. I guess it makes sense. He'd be like 27 right now. So, all right. That makes sense. We're a 92 overall offense. Defense needs some help, but we're developing these guys. Zach Wilson up to Superstar X Factor. Oh, my. Also, West is a Superstar QB. Very glad I drafted him. He's going to have a lot of trade value, I hope. And then defensively, did anyone go up? Uchenna Nwosu up to Superstar. That's great. Get zone for Spencer Stevenson in pursuit of an 80 overall. Not quite there yet, but close. Got 12 mil to potentially spend in free agency. There's Tyron Smith. Don't need him. Jonathan Taylor would be sick, but don't need him at all. Trey Flowers. Isaiah Simmons would be sick. Don't really need him. Hey, Brandon Cooks is here. That would kind of be a great third option. Darnell Mooney, arguably the best receiver in football, is here. Here's why I don't go after... he's not even expensive. That's the thing. Brandon Cooks, though, I feel like he wants a 3-year deal, but there are no offers. That's the difference. Man, that is a rough picture from Rodrigo Blankenship. I would like to sign him, though. See what happens in this first round of free agency. We got Darnell Mooney. Amazing third-string receiver option. He's a number 1 anywhere else in the league. Darnell Money with 2 O's. Is Rodrigo not going to sign? Figure it out, dude. All right, NFL draft time. I want potentially corner. We got to build up this defense. That's the focus right now. The offense is kind of amazing now. I can even trade some of these guys. I'm probably going to trade a lot right now. I feel like linebacker's perfect. Our secondary is really good. It's just D-line. It really is just D-line and corner, potentially. 2 really good inside backers. I might have to move up in this draft. There are probably at least 2 players that I would really like to bring in. So we might have to make some moves, baby. So Antonio McAllister is going to be available at my first pick. And probably my second one, too. It's just about trading up if I want that linebacker, which I don't really need, I guess. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just simulate. What's available at number 15? There's Hunter Anderson, who's a very good inside linebacker as well. Now, what do we do if we were to take him? That's the question. Because I already have 2 pretty good off-the-ball linebackers in Zach Cunningham and Jordan Brooks. I have Bass out there. What would change? What would change? Bass to defensive end. I don't know, man. He's a good player, but I'm just not sure it's a great fit for us right now. I think we go with the edge rusher and play him over Charles Omenihu. It's a little bit of a dip down the board, but I think he's really, really good, so I'm taking him. 77 overall, number 2 in the class. Only normal development because, of course, it is. 87 speed, 82 finesse moves. Instant starter at left end over Charles Omenihu. Already a higher overall. Same dev trade, unfortunately. Trading Najee Harris and Dyami Brown to the Cardinals for number 7 overall projected next year. I'm going to go back to football time here. Kind of pronounce the first thing weird. You know what? You guys are watching this. You might be Houston Texans fans. That'll make you feel at home. That ain't what we sound like. Don't worry. I live in Houston, too. I know exactly what you sound like. We're going to trade. I'm going to have to back out to get it to register. I want Chase Young. I'm going to tell you. I just want Chase Young. It is tough to get him, but possible. It's the whole reason I just traded Najee Harris and Dyami Brown was to get Chase Young. Chase Young is more valuable than Najee Harris. I think everyone will agree with that. It's going to be a first and Nolan West for Chase Young. Jesus, it's so close. I can get him. I need a higher pick, though. Okay, trading Xavier Kennedy, who is a pretty good backup running back. We just don't need him. I got to stop lifting myself up every single time I make a move. I don't know why. I just like to get resituated. Whatever. You're never going to be able to not notice that now. After every cut, I swear to God, I'm like, so we have made a trade for the following player. Jesus. We're getting the number 1 overall pick because the value of that future pick is so incredibly high. I'm going to have to back out for it to show up again. It's just that Chase Young makes our team so unbelievably good that I got to try to get him. Yeah, I don't think I'll be able to do a 2 in here. I still want to try and hold on to my picks because they're really valuable, you know? But it's going to have to be a first rounder next year. It's going to have to be, which I'm cool with. I hope this goes through. I think it will. You got to be kidding me, man. Chase, why are you so hard to get? It's so close, too. I'm not really sure what I can even do to make that go through. It's got to be like number 3 overall, maybe. I'm going to make a trade with the Falcons, who are projected number 4 overall next year, or number 3. That trade should have a ton of value. Pat Kemp? Really? Come on, dude. He's a nice guy. Okay, Pat Kemp, a 3 and a future 4. Maybe that's their franchise guy. You guys don't know. For number 3 overall projected next year. Hopefully for Chase Young. It's been a little bit of a reach around to get him, I'm not going to lie. But It will all be worth it if we can actually get him on the team. Number 1, number 3. Oh my god, dude, it's an eyelash away. Maybe next season. We'll wait on it. We'll wait on it. I'm going to simulate to the end of the draft. So I do want to still trade West. I might just go out and sign a backup running back. I want Chase Young so badly. Here's the big problem. The value of those picks might be significantly less because a team could win a game. And then that pick is no longer projected number 3 overall. It's projected number 20. So that's really the problem there, is I gambled on being able to trade for Chase Young right away, and it just didn't happen. So West just has to stay on the team a little bit more. I need his overall to go up. That's what I need. Marvin Thompson and who do I want rushing the passer? Uchenna Nwosu, rush end, Sasan Reddick, and what's his name? Tavares Bass. Slot receiver, I'm going to put... We could go Darnell Mooney there. I probably won't. I'll probably do Jamar Chase in that spot. Do something like that. Slot corner, Lonnie Johnson. That doesn't feel great. And then sub linebacker, Jordan Brooks at Cunningham. That works for me. I think everything is where it should be. I'm going to stop it slightly before the midseason mark as well. If we can get that backup quarterback to like an 80, I think I can make the trade work for Chase Young. Might not be able to work, though. We'll have to see. Right, we are 6-1, finally winning. It's about time because our team's been really, really good for a minute. I am going to try and make a trade. Doesn't have to be for Chase Young. Sure would like it to be, though. He's at an age that makes sense. He's at an overall that definitely makes sense. Nolan West, number 3 overall. How close does that get? Oh, that gets us so close. Oh, this is easy. I'm actually glad the trade didn't go through. Because now we're getting an unbelievable mid-season acquisition to propel us deep into the playoffs. What? I could trade a first this year, but I'm going to go next year. Making it happen. Nolan West, good backup quarterback. Number 3 overall, first for Chase Young. And that should be one of the things that takes his team to the next level. From, like, really good to amazing. Also, because Chase Young is just built different, he will be my rush D tackle. That should be unfair. He's going to start at left end, but he's 6'5", 264. He's huge. We're going to have Chase Young up the middle. Probably Uchenna Nwosu still up the middle. Reddick and Bass off the edge. That really should be unfair. How many sacks is Chase Young coming over with, by the way? I am curious about that. Will it show up? I mean, he's on the team. 1. Okay, well, I'm very happy to rescue you. Jesus. DeAndre Hopkins is a free agent. We'll probably do one more season after this, I would say. God, Rudolph's on the team. All right. We should have money to get all these guys back. DeAndre Hopkins is pretty expensive. Wants more money. Jamar Chase. Do 5 years there. Hey, there we go. Ooh, and Zach Wilson's super expensive. We're not going to be able to afford him. We're not going to be able to afford him. He's going to decline. And then I'm going to have to franchise tag him. I don't think I can bring back... DeAndre Hopkins, I actually can. Zach Cunningham, I'm whatever on. We are going to have to figure some things out. But I can go negative. I'll just re-sign DeAndre and then franchise tag Zach. It's going to put us super negative into the cap, but that's the way to get it done. First round bye. I love it. 12-4. The Texans are back. 8th best offense. Zach Wilson put up an MVP caliber year. 4,500 yards, 42 TDs, only 12 picks. Rushing, Saquon gets no attempts, but was solid enough. Receiving, Darnell Mooney over 1,000. Oh, yeah, he was in the slot probably. 13 touchdowns. DeAndre over 1,000 yards, 6 TDs. Jamar Chase, 13 TDs, almost 1,000 yards. Jonnu Smith was also really, really, really good. Led the team in catches. Defensively, how'd we do? 11 sacks for Hassan Reddick, 10.5 for Tavares Bass. Chase Young had 7. About 1 a game for the rest of the year. Uchenna Nwosu was all right. Antonio McAllister, the rookie, was all right. And he barely even played. Interceptions, 4 for Reed, led the way. This defense was probably top 3 in the league if I had to guess. 11th. So, no. What about for points allowed? 6th in points scored. 2nd in points allowed. There you go. That's top 3 for you. Nick Mullins wins MVP of the 6 and 10 Saints. Saints playbook, man. Zach Wilson loses to 71 overall. Nick Mullins. I'm going to be sick. He does win Offensive Player of the Year, though, for the AUC. Defensive Player of the Year is Akeem Davis-Gaither. Another interesting one. No Texans. Offensive Rookie of the Year is Don Vincent. Defensive Rookie of the Year is Joe Cheeks. And Tony McAllister in there. Again, we'll probably be able to do one more year after this. We'll see who we have in the divisional. It is the Chiefs. The Texans had a major league lead on the Chiefs in the playoffs a couple years ago and blew it monstrously. Horrifically, terribly. And the rise of Patrick Mahomes would begin. Let's do receiver training boost and tight end. Going to simulate here against the Chiefs. They're pretty good in sim. This could be a loss, but it's not. 28-17. We actually win this time. And Spencer Stevenson could be a star dev player. You got to hold the Titans to less than 200 passing yards, or Stevenson needs a pick, force fumble, tackle for loss, or sack. That's easier said than done, though, against a really, really, really pass-heavy Titans team in simulation. 69 zone coverage is nice, but also terrible. So I'm going to go ahead and upgrade that. I don't think we're going to get it. I don't think we're going to get him up to star dev. I think we'd have to get really lucky for that to happen. But we shall see. We are in the Super Bowl, though. Texans, Bears, Darnell Mooney returns to play his former team. Oh my goodness, that's the storyline of the Super Bowl without question. Oh, another point? Okay, cool. Zach Wilson's up to a 97 overall with morale. We'll have the CPU upgrade the rest. This team is just crushing it right now. And we have other dev trait upgrades, so we'll see what my corner went up to, if anything at all. Darnell Mooney up to superstar, obviously, because he's a superstar. We got Carson Wentz. That's what put this team over the top. Stevenson's still normal. Chase Young's a monster. Bass goes up to star. Yeah, this team is nuts. Let's hop in. Texans, Bears. We're so much better than them. Can't wait to lose. The funny thing is, we don't really even need DeAndre Hopkins at this point. It is a fun storyline to get DeAndre Hopkins a ring. But the Bears actually have the lead on us. We actually retake the lead, though. Take it again. Extended, I should say. 31-13. Oh, it's over. We are pouring it on. 38-13 final. The Houston Texans, for the first time in franchise history, beat Brian Flores and the Bears. Brian Flores, I guess, their QB. Nope, that's not the... He's a head coach. So easy to misspeak when you're doing these. But for the first time in franchise history, the Houston Texans are Super Bowl champions. I don't think the Oilers ever won a Super Bowl either. So, first time in Houston sports history, the Lombardi is coming to Houston. Sounds a little redundant, but we're going to work it. And there's Polk. That was the QB they took top 5 that one year. But yeah, big win for the Texans. Chase Young! 4 sacks. Big midseason trade. That's a big midseason acquisition. I am going to try and repeat. I want to see the Texans get back-to-back Super Bowls. Zach Wilson only threw for 184 yards, but 3 touchdowns. It was unreal. Saquon had a really good game as well. How'd our defense do? Well, we know Chase Young had 4 sacks, 2 for Bass. Also an interception for Zach Cunningham. We'll have to see it. Okay, so the strategy with Zach Wilson and DeAndre Hopkins needs to happen. Zach Cunningham is replaceable, I think. But DeAndre Hopkins, I need him to sign so I can franchise tag Zach Wilson. Now, in order to do that, I need Zach Wilson to decline. So he's going to test out free agency, but here's the thing. You're not. Because DeAndre Hopkins is going to sign a contract extension for a lot of money. Ooh, I can get Zach Cunningham back as well. So DeAndre Hopkins is back. Zach Cunningham's going to be back for another Super Bowl run. Oh, he's not going to be able to. I don't have the money. Okay, that's fine. We're going to franchise tag Zach Wilson. We are so negative for cap room, it's not even funny. But that's okay. because we're going to make it work. Carl Stewart up to an 83. No money in free agency, by the way. But we do have draft picks, and the goal is to take him to linebacker. Super negative in cap room. But we got everybody locked up that we need to. So it really shouldn't even be that big of a deal. We didn't really even need DeAndre Hopkins back, but he's so good. We have Darnell Mooney, who's so good. Look at this team. Offensive line looking way better than it is because of morale. Got to take those down 2 and 3. But defensively, oh, so nice. I know we don't have a middle linebacker. Do we even need one? No, we probably do. But McAllister can... Nah, he's not going anywhere. Everyone's going to stay where they are, except I need to just draft a middle linebacker and hopefully a stud superstar development cornerback. I have picks. I just can't even trade him. I pick a number 6 overall. It's best corner, and I need a middle linebacker so badly. Oh, sick corner. Brian Godfrey. Mid-first. He looked better. James Bacon looks pretty solid. But I found a middle linebacker who will do the job. He's not great, but he'll do the job, which is kind of all I need right now. I pick it 6th and 9th overall. Nice. It's got to be a good omen. James Bacon is my first pick. 76 overall, normal dev. Number 3 in the draft is what you hate to see with a 76 overall. That's not bad. Don't get me wrong, but number 3 in the draft, you want like 78 would be ideal. Something like that. Brian Godfrey, I'm not going to take. We're going to take DeAndre Maynard, 72, normal. Huge reach, but I needed him. I wasn't going to trade back. He also looks really good. Block shed's a little low. Coverage isn't anything special. 67 finesse moves. He's got great speed and tackling. Hit power pursuit. He's not bad. He's going to start right away. Will he be up to an 80 at the end of the season like Zach Cunningham? No. I think Zach Cunningham was like an 82. But he should be fairly usable. All right, I'm going to take a receiver I don't need. 73 overall. Looks pretty good. Doesn't run routes, but catches real well. And I will let the CPU handle the rest. It seems amazing. We're just trying to repeat at this point. Let's get it done. So Maynard just needs to step up. He needs to be really good. It's kind of my big hope. I don't have a kicker. Gene Dangus is going to have to pull a double team. Just what it's going to be. Bass as a sub linebacker seems like a decent idea, but he will be a rush end, I assure you. Marvin Thompson's got 90 power moves. Uchenna Nwosu has 91 finesse moves, so he's going to play over him. It's a rush D tackle. It's in rush situations, so I'm rationalizing it. I feel like it's a slightly better play. DeAndre Hopkins, Darnell Mooney moves down. Jamar Chase moves up to our main slot. He's also our number 1 receiver. I mean, if I have to jump in the playoffs, I don't think anyone's guardable. I just don't. I think we're going to be able to move down the field so easily. My receivers are sick. DeAndre Hopkins, who doesn't even have double me, is so good and fits the scheme and is not wearing the number he wore here. +1 speed. Do I want Saquon Barkley? Yeah, I might as well just keep him with first one free. Stupid good team. Chase Young, Hassan Reddick, the X Factors. I don't think it's silly to expect another Super Bowl. We'll do a little check-in at the midseason mark, but I've got high hopes. Bye week, we are 4-4. We're going to miss the playoffs. No, no, no. Oh, say it ain't so. Won't be able to live with myself if we miss the playoffs. Being the best team in the AFC South by a mile. By a mile. I mean, what else can I do but simulate to the playoffs? I'm sad. We made the playoffs. Snuck in at 11-5. Won the division. We wouldn't lose a game. Well, actually, we lost one more game. We were 4-4, right? So, lost week 10 against the Rams. Back-to-back losses. And then one out. Which you do love to see. 15th best offense. Zach Wilson only threw 28 touchdowns. Weird. Saquon got a ton more touches. Wonder why that changed. He was good. Jamar Chase was nuts. 92 catches, 1382 yards, 13 TDs. I almost wonder if because he was receiver 1 and slot 1, that the targets were not evenly distributed, which is a weird way to say distributed. There is a difference. So maybe I just make that change and put DeAndre Hopkins, a little nuke action in the slot. Jamar Chase can still be receiver 1. I think that'll be better for us. That could be why things were weird, which that doesn't really make sense to me, but I'm going with it. Defensively, Jordan Brooks led the team with only 88 tackles. 10 tackles for loss for DeAndre Maynard. Also had 3 sacks. We got stupid pressure. 4 double-digit sack players. Uchenna Nwosu, 14. I made the right decision. 10.5 for Hassan Reddick. 10 for Chase Young. 10 for Tavares Bass. The rest were okay. 4 picks for Jordan Brooks of the team. Our defense must have been up near the very, very, very top of the league. 3rd in yards. I think we had like 60 team sacks. Exactly 60. Ooh. See that in my head prediction and math? Unbelievable. Not a math guy. Deshaun Watson wins MVP this year with the Jets. There you go. That's really what we needed to see before the end of the rebuild, was Deshaun Watson winning MVP with the 11-5 Jets. Defensive Player of the Year, no Texans. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Jamarcus Hancock. DeAndre Maynard, Defensive Rookie of the Year, cool. Our corner that we drafted as well finishes at number 2. We will see if we can beat the Broncos here. 10-6 in the wild card. And look at it. Look at it. The Jets in the divisional. Deshaun Watson revenge game. And it's in East Rutherford, New Jersey. AKA Giants Stadium, not MetLife. I'm removing the branding. This is a game I will jump in if I have to. Just because, you know, it's Deshaun Watson versus the Texans, man. And we are crushing them. Watson can't find the end zone. It's 14-0 Texans, 21-0. Leave the game. It's 21-7, 24-7. Jets trying to mount some type of a comeback here. It's not going to happen. Your final score is 27-14. Dan Quinn, new head coach of the Jets. Probably why that didn't happen. Deshaun Watson, pretty good game, but not good enough. Ooh, and it's the Steelers. It's where J.J. Watt signed. Now, I don't actually know where J.J. Watt is. Should we look for that? He's not going to be on the Steelers. Doesn't really matter. Well, he probably isn't going to be. I guess there is a chance, although it is unlikely. He'll be listed at what? Left end. Sort by last name. There is J.J. Watt. Buffalo Bills. That's a popular rumor as well. Now the question becomes, where was J.J. Watt before the Bills? Or did he go there immediately? I wonder if he just signed there or not. Baltimore. That's right. They were bidding up for him. I mean, he's had a pretty good career. Put up 14.5 sacks in his first year in Baltimore. Another double-digit sack year came real close in 2022 as well. Baltimore Ravens and Bills legend J.J. Watt. It's tough. It would have been fun to bring him back, but it just wasn't to be. We'll see if we can beat the Steelers. If not, it's been a fun rebuild. But we do. We actually could be back-to-back Super Bowl champions, trying to repeat against a team that's tried to do it themselves in the Seattle Seahawks. Really good team. Darnell Mooney's a beast. Sick offense. Defensively, anyone go up. No dev trade increases. So sad. So sad. But trying to repeat as Super Bowl champions. 93 overall Texans versus the 83 overall Seahawks. I haven't been able to jump in once. I'm going to do that at least once this game. You know, just get the feel for Zach Wilson and Jamar Chase. And, I mean, we have Saquon. We have DeAndre Hopkins back. This should be a fun one. Super Bowl, Seahawks versus Texans. Are we playing at Hard Rock in Miami? We're down 14 right now. This is no good. Get Rodrigo Blankenship's face off the screen. We're down 21-zip. We need a big comeback, man. We're down 28-7. 28-14. I think now is the time to jump in. Ooh, Seattle's punting. We need a big drive. Saquon wearing number 25. Is that Arian Foster's number? I think it might be. Look at Saquon, though, breaking tackles. Look at Saquon go. We're going to try and go into the hurry up here. See if we can score before the half. Here's Zach Wilson. Is that David Carr's number, by the way? It's wide open. Look at the sling. Staying in bounds doesn't really matter because the clock wasn't going to stop anyway. Streak Jamar Chase. He's an elite jump ball receiver wearing Andre Johnson's 80. I'm disgusted. Throw quickly to the running back. There's Saquon. He's fast, though. And that's the end of the third quarter. Pretty productive drive so far to end the third. There's only 6 minutes to play. Zach Wilson has thrown a couple of interceptions, which you don't love to see. Darnell Mooney's wearing 11. Where are we going with the football? I think to DeAndre Hopkins. Beautiful ball. Nuke stays in bounds. Receivers uncoverable. We're going to roll out. We can run for this. Zach Wilson showcasing the athleticism. We are coming back in this game. Only down by a touchdown. We just forced a turnover like that? No, we didn't. It is 3rd and 26, though. Guess we had a huge sack, maybe a holding penalty, something like that. 3rd and 26. All we need to do is not get crushed here. Wilson going to scramble and throw. No, no, no. We allowed 27 yards to KJ Hamler on 3rd and 26. Oh, yeah. I mean, we're deflated. Russell Wilson throwing for 335 and 4 touchdowns. I cannot believe that. Yeah, back-to-back sacks. And we allowed 29 yards, actually. It's another big 3rd down. I'm jumping in. They're from midfield, so a stop here is absolutely critical to our success with 4 minutes to go. Trying to cover everything. Wilson gonna roll out and get sacked. It's Uchenna Nwosu. Pressure is the name of the game. And we finally clutch up on 3rd down. Only down by a touchdown. We can win. Now, in order to win, we are probably going to need to tie it up first. Could go for 2, but probably just going to opt to tie it up if we can. I think Jamar Chase is going to be uncoverable. Kind of shaded to that side. I don't really know where I'm going with the football. Throw across your body. It's super inaccurate. It was a wild decision, by the way. I couldn't really have been pissed about an interception there. Thank God it did not happen. We got a delayed in. We're going to throw quick for DeAndre Hopkins. 4 down territory. Don't really need to try and get all 16 or 19 yards back at once. We're going to drag Jonnu Smith. I think streak Saquon Barkley and look for someone to get open. I'm rolling out. We're going to need a good throw on the run. It's on the money. DeAndre Hopkins, best hands in football. He don't drop it. Oh my goodness, that was not what I should have done. But it works out. Nuke is too good. And we're in the zone. What is this, bazooka? Infinite throw range? Not that that's going to matter here. Oh, that's a rocket. It's a rocket for Jamar Chase. Breaks a tackle. Did he step out of bounds? No. No, 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 no. 1st and goal. I'm wanting to roll out every play. Someone go back across. Just going to throw it away. Let's not be stupid. That's roughing the passer. Call it. Underneath. Hopkins. Fight. Oh, that's a TD. You got to give that to me. Probably works for the best that he didn't get in, though. 8 catches for 169. Unreal line. We need a TD. We have Saquon. Weird seeing him wear number 25. We just dive in here. Follow the fullback. I think we're going to try. We have Saquon Barkley. We have a pretty good line, especially on that left side. A minute to play. Getting stopped here wouldn't be the worst thing. I got to call a timeout. We got a motion in there. Jeez. This is a tough defensive front to run against. We're going to try, though. Saquon breaks a tackle. He's too good. Thank God. Saquon. Monster TD to get in there. Extra points good. Seahawks are driving down the field. We got to jump in. Oh, no. If they get into field goal range, it's game over, and they're close. Turn around. Shaquille Griffin picks it off. Russell Wilson overthrows it. Broken tackle, Shaquille Griffin. Oh, and that's the game. In 0 seconds. I thought there'd be way more for some reason. Oh, man, I hope I didn't step out of bounds with like just as it turned 0. Jeez. I may have. That sucks. We won the toss. Shout out Matt Hasselbeck. We're going to get the ball. We're going to score. Well, that was when Matt Hasselbeck was on the Seahawks. And then Hasselbeck threw an interception, and the Seahawks lost the game. It's not going to happen this time. Jamar Chase, super deep post here. I think he got it, though. Zach Wilson airs it out, and Jamar Chase has it. It's going to be a walk-off touchdown. The Texans are overtime Super Bowl champions. Unbelievable. What a walk-off finish. The arm of Zach Wilson. The route running. The strength of Jamar Chase. Gets over the top. Wilson. What a protection for the offensive line as well. And that one was a bomb. Dropped right in the bucket. He played the football and not the tackle. And that is game over. The Texans are Super Bowl champions for the second year in a row. Back to back. What a finish. Zach Wilson ends up being your player of the game. 400 plus passing yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Those 2 TDs. I think he had 1 touchdown. I think the only touchdown I threw was to Jamar Chase. But that is a really nice way to end this video. You've seen the dev trade increases. You've seen the team. You've seen the overalls. So we're just going to leave you with the hoisting of the Lombardi Trophy. Jordan Brooks, Jamar Chase, Saquon, and Zach Wilson. That's going to do it for me, guys. Thank you for watching. Hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed already. And I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy. Tried to time that up with this thing, but whatever. Take it easy.
Insane, I hit it at the park, Ben Bones. See me high step to the end zone. My life like a game, Nintendo. Playing with the best, let them know. Get off the track, the train's coming through. Yeah, promise you get in my way, then you best believe I'ma just run over you. Yeah, yeah. Papa turn, taking it back to the house. Defense a joke, I'm laughing so loud. Speed